Nobody enjoys pain, do they?
Yeah.
I mean, it's that universal human thing we all instinctively will try to avoid.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
what if that nagging ache, that stiffness, that headache, what if it isn't just a sign something's wrong?
Mm-hmm.
What if it's actually delivering a kind of a double message from inside our own bodies?
It absolutely is. That's a really insightful way to put it, that dual message.
Right.
On one hand, yes, it's definitely telling you, look, this part of your body isn't working right, or maybe it's injured.
Okay.
But the deeper message, the one we often miss, is that the body is actively trying to repair itself, regenerate.
Ah, so it's a healing signal too.
Exactly. It's a fundamental healing impulse. Now, look, it's totally understandable to want relief now. So we
Yeah.
grab the anti-inflammatories, analgesics, maybe even
Sure,
corticosteroids.
standard procedure for many.
Right. But the critical thing, and this is really important, is that these aren't truly therapeutic treatments. Not in the long run. They mask the pain, yeah, which feels better short term.
Yeah.
But we're often, maybe without realizing it, actually interfering with the very regeneration process those tissues are trying so hard to carry out.
Wow. Okay. That's a huge difference. Masking versus actual healing.
Precisely.
So if the usual go-tos can sometimes get in the way, what's the path forward? How do we support that natural regeneration? And where does the liver suddenly come into this whole story?
Well, that's the unexpected player.
That's what we're diving into today, right?
Yeah.
I'm covering how this vital organ is actually deeply involved in how you experience pain. And of understanding that connection might just unlock some, natural paths to real lasting healing.
Exactly. Not just covering up symptoms.
Okay, so the liver, we usually think of it as like the body's main detox center, the big filter.
And it absolutely is. It's the grand central station for clearing things out. No doubt.
But what's often missed, you're saying, is its role, its maybe surprising role as a source or maybe an amplifier of pain.
Yes, a significant contributor. And critically, we're not just talking about, really severe liver diseases like cirrhosis, where there's irreversible damage.
Okay, so not end-stage stuff.
No, much more often we're looking at common issues, things like fatty liver, the medical term is steatosis hepatica, or even just a general hepatic overload. The liver's just working too hard.
Right, overburdened.
Exactly. And these conditions, these subtle dysfunctions, they can either directly radiate pain to other areas, or they can make existing pain signals feel much, much worse.
So it potentiates it.
It potentiates it, yes. And this is a key reason why so many people struggle with chronic pain that just doesn't seem to respond to treatment. The root cause, the liver involvement, is completely missed.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting then. If the liver is such a big player, how can you listening start to figure out if maybe your aches and pains are connected? What should people look out for?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And yes, there are some very specific signs. One of the most characteristic, really classic, is pain in your right upper back.
Okay, right side.
Right side, think of a deep, almost like a knife sticking in sensation, right between your right shoulder blade, the scapula, and your spine.
Ooh, that sounds specific.
It is. And so many people assume, oh, I pulled a muscle, they try massage, heat pads.
Right, the usual muscle treatments.
Exactly. But it's often actually referred pain from the liver. It's a hepatic radiation.
How does that work? How does liver pain end up in the back?
It's down to the nerves, the nerve roots that come from Glissen's capsule, that's the fibrous outer layer of the liver. They actually emerge from the spine, in the dorsal, the upper back, and even the cervical, the neck region.
Ah, so there's a direct nerve pathway.
Precisely. And that neurological link is also why we often see neck pain, cervical pain, and headaches associated with this liver issue.
So my stiff neck might not just be from sleeping funny. It could literally be my liver sending a signal that gets, well, misinterpreted on the way. That really makes you think differently about body signals.
It really does. And there's another very specific and honestly quite alarming nerve pain symptom that can point to liver dysfunction or fatty liver.
Okay.
It's sometimes called suboccipital neuralgia of Arnold. People describe it as this cap-like feeling, a pain radiating over the scalp.
Like wearing a tight cap.
Kind of, but painful. And sometimes it feels like something is actually piercing your eye, but from the inside out.
Whoa, that sounds terrifying.
It is. And people understandably rush off to a neurologist thinking the worst. But the tests usually come back completely normal.
So nothing structurally wrong in the head or neck nerves?
Not directly. What's happening is the liver's referred pain is impacting or sort of blocking the cervical vertebrae, the neck bones. This creates this compensatory nerve pain pattern at the base of the skull.
Fascinating. What else? Any other signs?
Yeah, other common things we see are bruxism, that's teeth grinding, especially at night. Pain in the right shoulder is very common too, and sometimes it extends down the whole right arm,
The whole arm.
the whole upper limb, yes. And then there's sleep. A really typical sign is waking up almost like clockwork around 3 or 3:30 in the morning.
That specific time. Why then?
It seems to correspond with the peak time for liver activity, according to traditional Chinese medicine. But physiologically, it indicates the liver is overloaded or struggling. And the person wakes up, and then they find it takes maybe half an hour, sometimes longer, to fall back asleep.
That sounds exhausting.
It is. And they might also wake up with numb hands or just feel generally unrested, like they haven't had deep restorative sleep at all.
Okay, so we have the referred pain patterns, the waking up. How does this tie into, say, overall body weight?
Ah, good connection. We need to talk about adipose tissue, body fat, basically.
Right.
Now, some fat is necessary, it's useful, but when you have excess adipose tissue, it becomes lipotoxic.
Lipotoxic,
Yeah.
toxic fat.
Essentially, yes. It means that being overweight, carrying too much body fat, actively overburdens and, well, intoxicates your liver, puts a huge strain on it.
And you can see how that just spirals downwards, can't you?
Yeah.
So besides any pain meds you might be taking,
All right.
that extra weight itself is directly slowing down tissue regeneration. It's hindering healing.
Absolutely. It makes everything harder for the body.
Think about the extra load on hips and knees, right? Leading to wear and tear, maybe contributing to arthrosis. You can see how it all goes backwards.
It's a cascading effect, exactly. One problem feeding into another, pulling your body further away from that state of balance and health.
Okay, but this isn't all doom and gloom. The good news is we can shift focus, right? If the
Right.
pills just mask things, what are the regenerative solutions we should be looking at?
Yes, definitely.
Our sources point to various natural treatments, things that aim to stimulate the speed of regeneration, to basically help our body do its job better.
Empowering our own physiology.
Exactly. Things like ozonotherapy, different manual therapies, platelet-rich plasma, even stem cells are mentioned. It's all about supporting what the body's already trying to do.
Absolutely. But there's a critical point here. While these natural solutions, and especially supplements, which we'll talk about, are incredibly helpful, they are not a magic pill.
Right. No quick fix.
No. For real, lasting improvement, they absolutely must be part of a bigger picture, a holistic approach that starts with your lifestyle.
The foundations.
The foundations. Good nutrition is paramount. Eating fewer refined, ultra-processed foods. Hydration, swapping alcohol and sodas for more water. Physical activity.
Yeah.
This is non-negotiable.
You have to move.
You have to move. A sedentary person is just never going to be optimally healthy. So regular exercise, sports, whatever works for you. And sleep. We talked about disturbed sleep. Getting enough, aiming for a minimum of 8 hours a night is crucial.
And stress.
And managing stress. Work stress, emotional stress, relationship stress. It all impacts our physiology profoundly. Finding healthy ways to cope is fundamental.
So what this means for you, listening right now, is that if you can work on improving your whole quality of life, diet, hydration, movement, sleep, stress, then these targeted natural tools like the NAC we're about to discuss become really powerful. They work with that foundation.
Exactly. If we can get our lifestyle right, then something like NAC can be incredibly useful. Without that foundation, well, you're just not going to get the results you're hoping for.
Okay, let's dive into that then. N-acetylcysteine, NAC. It gets talked about a lot. What is it and why is it relevant here?
Right, NAC. It's a supplement derived from an amino acid called cysteine. Its main claim to fame, really, is that it's a fantastic precursor to glutathione.
Glutathione, often called the body's master antioxidant, right?
That's the one. So by boosting glutathione, NAC essentially helps your body detoxify much more efficiently, much faster.
And the effect. How did that feel?
People often report feeling lighter, less bogged down, and importantly, they tend to rest better. And as we know, when you sleep well, everything in the body just works better.
Makes sense. Now, if someone wants to try NAC, is there anything specific they should look for when buying it? Are all NAC supplements created equal?
That's a really good question. And no, they're not all the same in terms of maximizing this liver support we're talking about. I have a very specific recommendation here.
Okay, tell us. What should we look for?
When you're buying NAC, try to find a formula that also includes 2 specific trace minerals, molybdenum and selenium.
Molybdenum and selenium. Okay, why those two?
Because they are absolutely crucial cofactors for the liver's phase 2 detoxification pathway.
Phase 2, can you unpack that a bit?
Sure. Think of liver detox in two main phases. In phase 1, the liver starts breaking down toxins, making them more water soluble so you can eventually get rid of them.
Right.
But here's the catch. During that intermediate stage, after phase 1 but before phase 2 is complete, some of those partially processed toxins can actually become more unstable, potentially even more damaging to the liver itself if they hang around too long.
Ah, so you need phase 2 to kick in quickly.
Exactly. Molybdenum and selenium are essential for jumpstarting phase 2. They ensure that those unstable intermediate toxins get quickly processed, neutralized, and packaged up for removal before they can cause trouble.
That's incredibly useful advice. Knowing why those extra ingredients matter makes a huge difference when you're looking at a label.
Mhm.
Okay, so NAC with molybdenum and selenium. What else? Can we boost the effects even further?
Yes, we can create even better synergy. To really support regeneration and overall well-being alongside the NAC, I strongly recommend adding vitamin D, preferably vitamin D3.
Vitamin D, we hear a lot about that one.
And for good reason. I almost think of it less as a vitamin and more as a pseudo-hormone. It acts like a hormone involved in just countless bodily functions, immune system, mood, inflammation, not just bones.
Yeah, do we get enough? Sun supplements.
Both are options. You can synthesize it from sun exposure. Getting your skin just slightly pinkish is often a sign that synthesis is happening. But especially depending on where you live and the time of year, supplementing is often necessary and very effective. D3 is generally the preferred form.
Okay, so NSC combo plus vitamin D3. Anything else for this power trio?
One more key player, curcumin.
From turmeric, right? Known for anti-inflammatory effects.
Exactly. Potent anti-inflammatory and analgesic pain-relieving properties. But there's a catch with curcumin, too, similar to the NAC situation.
Bioavailability again. Absorption issues.
Precisely. Standard curcumin isn't absorbed very well by our bodies. You need quite a lot to get a significant effect. Some products add piperine from black pepper to help absorption.
I've seen that.
Yeah, but piperine can sometimes cause digestive upset, acidity for some people. So the form you really want to look for is phytosomal curcumin.
Phytosomal, how is that different?
It's a special preparation where the curcumin is bound to a phospholipid, usually from soy or sunflower lecithin. This makes it dramatically more bioavailable. Your body absorbs and utilizes it much, much more effectively.
So you get the benefits without needing huge doses or risking the stomach upset.
Exactly. It acts as a powerful, natural anti-inflammatory and analgesic with practically no contraindications. It's a much smarter way to harness curcumin's benefits.
Okay, so let's pull this all together for everyone listening. We've landed on a really potent natural combination here. First, N-acetylcysteine, specifically looking for one that includes molybdenum and selenium for that crucial phase 2 liver support.
Correct.
Second, add vitamin D3, that pseudo-hormone essential for so many functions.
Yes.
And third, phytosomal curcumin for effective, natural anti-inflammatory and pain relief without the absorption issues.
That's the trio.
And crucially, as we've really hammered home, all of this needs to sit on top of that foundation of a healthy lifestyle.
Absolutely essential.
Good nutrition, staying hydrated, moving your body consistently, getting enough sleep, managing stress, that's the groundwork.
It truly is.
The ultimate aim here isn't just masking your pain. It's about significantly improving your pain, yes, but also your overall well-being by actively supporting your body's amazing natural power to regenerate itself.
That's precisely it. These supplements, these lifestyle changes, they aren't about forcing something artificial onto the body. They're about stimulating, amplifying your own inherent speed of regeneration, fundamentally empowering your physiology to heal and find balance again.
So maybe a final thought to leave you with. Imagine what else your body might be trying to tell you, perhaps through subtle signals we often ignore. What if we learned to listen beyond just the discomfort and truly started supporting its incredible innate power to regenerate and truly thrive?